Hi. So I'm going to do this video if particularly if you're a senior citizen and you're on the fence about getting a dog. I just want to tell you how I feel it's so important to have a furry companion. It could be a cat. I mean, it could be a rabbit, but I favor dogs. So I got this little guy 3 years ago when he was 4 months old, and after I lost my other dog. And I'm being very honest, I put an ad out 3 times to get rid of him in the first year. I actually had a family that was going to come over and see him, and they had vacation plans, and they wanted to know if I could keep him for 2 more weeks and then get him. And I thought to myself, you got to take your dog with you on vacation. I don't know. I just said no. Anyway, why am I making this video? Okay, I'm 65 years old. And, I can't imagine my life now without this guy. I really can't. I've said it before. I mean, he's the reason I get up. He's the reason I go for a walk. Sometimes it's really hard for me to walk. But this morning, something clicked in my head, and I wanted to share it with you. And it's like, what is life? We're senior citizens. What are we supposed to be doing now? I don't know about you, but I got married when I was, I think, 26 or 27. I stopped working at 30, had my first kid. I raised 3 kids, stayed at home. And my kids were my life. My kids were my life. And, they're older now. One lives on the opposite coast of the country. And, they all have their own lives. And some I see, some I don't see. So it's like, what did I do all those years raising kids? And now my life is empty? But it's not empty because I got this guy. Seriously. You stay home and you sacrifice so much to raise kids. I mean, it's a huge, huge sacrifice. And I've said this before, and if my kids are listening, they've heard me say this. If I knew then what I know now, I would have had 3 of these instead of 3 kids. And I don't mean to be mean. I mean, I love my kids, and I'm very proud of them. And they're going to contribute to society. They're good people. Okay, they're smart. But it was a lot. Okay, and sometimes it still is a lot. And I just cannot imagine, here it is, a Saturday morning. What would I be doing if I didn't have a dog? You need to think about that. And if you're older and you're like, oh, I don't want to get a dog because I'm older, well then get an older dog. There's rescues out there that you can get a senior dog. The mistake that people make is they get a dog and they don't realize the breed. Some dogs, they have to have a lot of running and energy. I see these senior citizens that get, like an Aussie or a cattle dog, or they get a golden retriever. I mean, these are strong, big dogs. And if you're a senior citizen, that dog's going to pull you down a hill, dislocate your shoulder. If you get a German Shepherd. My aunt did that when she was like 70 years old. She got a German Shepherd, and the dog pulled her shoulder out. She had to get surgery. Look, my dog is 11 pounds old. I mean, and this is just my opinion, okay? But I feel that senior citizens should get a dog, um, and get a small dog, something that you can carry around the house if needed, a dog that you could put in the car on your own, you know. And look at the breed of the dog, the temperament of the dog. You know, some dogs are really, really yappy. Jack Russell Terriers, oh my goodness. I they just bark like crazy, and this high energy. This little guy, he just wants to play ball. We have a routine, and they need a routine. The dog will give you a routine. Trust me, okay? You know, he likes to play ball. He knows he does that before breakfast and before dinner. And I don't know. I just feel that you're empty in life, especially, you know, if your kids live far away, and you don't have grandkids. It used to be back in the day, you know, your kids lived close by, and grandma would take care of the kids, and sometimes grandma, grandpa lived in the same house. It's not that way for me, you know. And if it is for you, that's fantastic. But if you don't have something like that in your life, a dog is everything. It really is. And again, I'll repeat and say, I almost got rid of him because it was a lot. It was a lot. So if you're a senior, I would not be getting a puppy. Again, I got him at 4 months, and it was a lot the first 2 years. So look into a rescue, and get another dog. I mean, the dog will love you for bringing him into your home. It's just, it's very special to have a dog.